if we want to find the absolute extrema, first thing we need to do is find the derivative and set the derivative equal to 0. So to do the derivative, do you want to do product rule or not really? Because wouldn't it be easier just to distribute the x and get x to the fourth minus 32x? You first want to do that before you derive it. Please do the shortcuts like that. Then when you derive this, you get a simple 4x to the third minus 32. When I want to now set that equal to 0, I'm going to set this equal to 0, so I'm going to pull a 4 out, leaving you x to the third minus 8 equals 0. So you can set the derivative equal to 0. I didn't have to pull the 4 out. I just did, I like doing it. And when I set this middle, you don't set 4 equal to 0 because that doesn't do anything. So when you set x to the third minus 8 equal to 0 and solve that, you add the 8 over. X to the third equals 8. What to the third gives you 8? Well, to get rid of the third power, you cube root. And the cube root of 8, you end up with x equals 2. Not positive or negative 2, just 2. So that is a relative max or min, possibly. It's a critical number. That is a critical number. So to find absolute extremas, you first need to plug in the endpoints as well as any possible critical numbers. And out of those values, which is the biggest and which is the smallest. So for now, what we do is we simply are going to plug in. I'm going to put y with a negative 1 here, make it into function notation. Is that okay? So I see what I'm plugging in. And which function do we plug it into? The original. Because I'm only trying to find out the values, highest and lowest value, and value is the original function. And I'll plug it into this second one. So when you plug in negative 1 to the fourth minus 32 times negative 1, you get, that's 32 plus 1 is 33. So your coordinate is negative 1, 33. And then the next one, let's plug in 2, because that's the next on the interval. 2 is inside the interval. So when you plug in 2, you get 2 to the fourth minus 32 times 2, which 2 to the fourth is 16, minus 64. 16 minus 64 looks like 48. Look at negative 48. So this one is 2, negative 48. And then the last one, let's plug in 3. 3 to the fourth minus 32 times 3. This right here is 96 negative. 3 to the fourth would be 9 times 9, so 81. 81 minus 96 is negative 15. Does that look right? So we have 3, negative 15. So for these coordinates, which one is the max? Which one is the min absolute? Well, for the absolute min, it was the lowest point. It would be this one. So this right here is your absolute min. This is your lowest point. And out of these two endpoints, this one's the highest. So this is your absolute max. So again, plug in the endpoints, find critical numbers, plug in the critical numbers out of those, which is the highest, which is the lowest. Just be careful when you plug it in, plug it into the original function.